What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Ticket to Shine of all things Ruthless, home of Ruthless Addicts, here to bring you guys my quick recap as well as my high expectation moment for the next episode of Tyler Perry's The Oval. You guys, I already know it's going to be a banger. I'm absolutely here for it. With that being said, make sure you check me out tonight as I go live with VKJTV and a few of his other friends. We will definitely be talking about what to expect, what's next, our predictions on the upcoming episode. They snuck this in on us because they told us we were on a mid-season finale. However, we are back and I'm absolutely here for it all. With that being said, we see a moment where Sam as well as Donald are in that mainframe office, that office where all the computers are, all the monitors where they can see what's going on basically around the world and what's going on around the White House. Well, Donald walks in. He sees that Sam has found some information on the computer. Now, mind you, Sam says that, oh, that looks like Jason. Okay, now Sam is no dummy. Sam knows what's going on. However, he definitely is not going to let Donald know because from what he understood, Donald was supposed to be basically fired from the White House. But anyway, Donald is trying to assert his authority, saying that, whatever information you're looking for, you need to tell me. And he said, well, I was just checking the files because I was told that Victoria needed some stuff scrubbed and I wanted to see what it was. Basically, straight up, just like what it is. So anyway, of course, Donald does not approve of that, but he's like, well, if you find out any information, you need to come and let me know. So we then see that Donald runs into Kyle, and Kyle lets Donald know that Victoria indeed is in his office. So before Donald goes into his office, we're going to see a moment where Jason is having a conversation with the one and only Alan. And why does Jason always call Alan? It's almost as if he connects with Alan on some type of level. I'm not quite sure why, but he just does. So then we're going to see another moment, you guys. Well, we saw another moment, you guys, where Victoria as well as Donald are having a conversation, and she's just telling him, you need to hurry up and find my son. Did you find my son? Do you know where he is? And of course, he has no idea where Jason is. He's basically going off speculation. And of course, Kyle has not pinpointed him yet. He's still looking for Jason. So back at the Rakadushi compound, or at least outside the gate of the Rakadushi compound, we see that Bobby Baby is having a conversation with Max. Now, prior to this conversation, Max or Bobby Baby was in there in the other side of the truck having a conversation with Manny, you guys. And do y'all remember that black van that pulled up on the Rockledge compound? Why does this look so familiar? Why does this look so similar? The one that dropped Aaron and his wife off on the Rockledge compound. But anyway, you guys, we see the two of them and they're having a conversation, and Max is a little offended. He's been called a white devil, so he doesn't want to hear anything that Bobby has to say. And Bobby's like, look, man, I don't see you as the white devil. If that was the case, I wouldn't be working with you. But Max is a little in his feelings. But he says, now you understand why, basically we don't trust the police like that. But that's why the Rakadushi members don't like the government, because of the abuse that you just inserted on Manny. So anyway, you guys, he moves on. He says, did you hear what he said? And of course, Max says, well, he only gave you that information because of what I did to him. Okay, it is what it is, Max. We hear you. So anyway, you guys, we see these two ladies, Simone and Priscilla, they're having a conversation and just saying that we got to work together. I'm working with the FBI. Simone tells us straight up, I'm working with the FBI. Now, we still don't know this other agency that Priscilla is working for. However, I got a feeling we're going to eventually find out. But with that being said, Simone is just letting her know, look, we got to take them down. I believe that they're still crooked. However, I think that my husband Eli is in on it as well. So guess what, y'all? When the tree tumbles, they're all going to tumble together, and Eli is definitely going to be included because she got some stuff on Eli as well. So then, you guys, we see where Cal as well as Desiree have made their way to Alan's apartment, and of course Dale is there, and he's been waiting for them anyway. He gives them that box that has those flash drives in it and some other recordings that Alan told him to give to him. And while he's there having that conversation, knocks on there comes a knock on the door, and of course it's Kyle is like, he's not there on some other stuff. He's on there like, what you doing here? He kind of like on his jealous mode. What you doing here? Why are you here? And he's like, well, Alan, he was just giving me a place to stay. And of course, on that I don't know what Dale did to Kyle, but Kyle is like obsessed with Dale. But Dale is like, I'm not coming to your apartment. And Kyle says, oh, well, here's the key just in case. Now, in the midst of all of this conversation, Kyle is revealing that people have been unalived. He's like revealing a whole lot of stuff that he really should keep his mouth shut. But at this point, the FBI has heard it all, and they're basically tracking him. They see when he leaves, and they can see by looking at their car that there are cameras on their car. They can see that Kyle has left the premises, and now they're freely able to talk with Dale. They let him know that they are a part of the FBI and that they can and will help Dale. So Dale, he in front of them, Kyle was telling Dale that, all the fentanyl, the president is involved. He overdosed. So now the FBI know that the president has overdosed on the fentanyl. So they know that there's some cover-up stuff going on, and they're trying to knock this stuff out. But back at the Oval Office, we see this right here. This girl just will not stop. Victoria and her man, Eli, they have gotten themselves in some trouble. But y'all gonna see that trouble in a little bit. They're having this conversation. No, we toasting. We on the same team. She says, I love you, Eli. And Eli is like, girl, okay, but I just don't want us to get caught. He on that mode. Never once did he say I love you. So anyway, where's the love, Eli? Where is the love? Anyway, you guys, we see these two, Antonio as well as Kareem. And listen, Antonio's like, I'm telling, like, bump all the shenanigans. I'm telling it all. I'm telling what I know. I'm not going down by myself. So he's ready to flip on the cartel. But Alan or Kareem is letting him know the cartel is not the one you want to mess with. You might not want to do that. You might just want to chill. I'm trying to figure out a way to get us out of this situation. Back at the house of Donald and Lily, we see that Brian is there. He's bleeding by his head because Donald hit him with that golf club. And Lily is like, oh my God, you're here. What is he doing here? Leave me with him. And this agent right here is like, no, I can't leave you. I was instructed to stay here with them. And so Lily proceeds to let him know how good of a man he is. Talking about Brian, the police officer, tells him how good of a man he is, and that she's apologetic for what has happened to him. And he says he would like to get something to drink. So Lily is going to go and get Brian something to drink. There's something coming up after this, you guys, I want to talk about, but just give me a minute. What are your thoughts so far on this latest episode, all right? So then we see that Alonzo has made his way. Like I told y'all, he has dropped off Antonio, and he goes to let the President Hunter know that he's got both of the men down in the jail cell, bunker, whatever you want to call it, and they're ready to, what should I do with them? And Eli Hunter says, bring them up the back. I don't want anybody to know that they are here, and I want you to give me your gun. Now, Alonzo is not stupid at this point because he knows the president is ready to pop off on any and everybody, and Alonzo is trying to save his own tail, but he kind of convinces Hunter that, hey, don't worry, you don't have to, I'll take care of it. You don't do that. I'll take care of it. So that the other agents don't come running, the Secret Service don't come running up to your bedroom to see what's going on. You got a lot going on, sir. So anyway, Hunter is like, okay, he agrees to that, but then he says, have you seen my wife? And Alonzo says, yes, she's in with Eli, basically in with the president in the Oval Office. And he's like, what's she doing in there? So then, you guys, I told y'all, Hunter ain't no fool. He play crazy, but he is not a fool at all. He knows something is not quite right. So in the midst of Richard and trying to play nice with Nancy, gets a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And in walks, oh my God, walks Daddy Lord have mercy, Daddy Richard. Like, we don't know Richard's daddy's first name, but we're gonna find out. In walks Daddy Richard. And then at the last scene of the episode, you guys, we see that Hunter has made his way to the White House, and these two are definitely getting in, and Hunter is like, what the hell? So basically, I don't know what happened, but Hunter ends up coming up on, this is my high expectation of the next episode too, you guys. Hunter ends up on the floor some type of way. I'm thinking maybe his legs gave out or something, to the fact that, because of him not being stable, being able to stand up the right way or stand up on his own, he has fallen to the ground. Eli's probably ran out of there. Some kind of way, they're going to get Eli back to Hunter's room, and Hunter is going to probably question him and probably even make him put the blanket over his head. So anyway, you guys, we're going to see this at the table where they're going to eat. We're definitely going to get to see Richard as well as Daddy Richard as well as Nancy, and it's going down. Look at Nancy's face, y'all. She does not look very happy at all. Then we're going to see a moment where we're going to see Jason. He's definitely going to be calling Alan. And Alan is pretty much going to let him know, hey man, like, who is this? What you doing? I think that right at this moment, this very particular image, Jason is outside of Alan's apartment. I think he's just waiting to see if he's home so that he can basically go in. He's going to make his way into that apartment one way or another. But we're also going to see a moment where Jason calls his daddy, and he's going to let him know, hey, I know what y'all tried to do to me. And it's on and popping, y'all. And then last but not least, we're going to get to see a moment where Donald is telling Alan that he's like the best. He's doing really well. Look like he's one of us, one of them, one of the bad guys, because that's all I can see out of any of them, y'all. But with that being said, y'all, that's about it. Thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in with your girl, Tika the Shun. These are my high expectations, along with my Ruthless recap of episode 11. And yes, we will be receiving a new episode tonight. I thought we were on mid-season break, but we're back, and I am absolutely here for it all. Drop your comments below. Let me know your thoughts and what are you feeling? How excited are you? With that being said, at 8 o'clock p.m. as well tonight, there's going to be a live from the cast and crew, or mainly the cast. Specifically, we're going to get to hear Eli, also known as Russell Thomas. We'll get to hear Kay Singleton, also known as Simone. They're going to have quite a few of them live on Instagram Live on BET, you guys, and I'm absolutely here for it. I think they're going to be on the BET channel or the BET page. If they're not on the BET page, they're definitely on the Oval BET, okay? All right, you guys, that's about it. Thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in with your girl, Tika the Shun, of all things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts, and you already know, stay ruthless.